Hello everybody, welcome back to D-Chess. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to this video. I decided today we're going to backtrack a little bit and get into some chess basics. I would like to show you guys a chess notation. And I've realized this, several people in the audience probably don't know what's going on as far as the names of the moves. There's actually people in the chess club that are sound chess players but don't know how to notate their moves. And one of the, if not the best way to analyze your games is to go over your games from start to finish. Find out where you went wrong, where your opponent went wrong, what you can exploit, what you can improve on, the things you missed, yada yada. So whether you're a competitive player, a beginner, and whether you're trying to climb the rating ladder or you're just a casual player that wants to improve your game, you need to know chess notation in order to analyze those games. So that's where we are today. As you see on the board, we have ranks A through H. I'm sorry, ranks 1 through 8. Files going this way are A through H. And we're playing from white's side of the board. So the first thing, to donate the queen, or notate the queen, she's going to be symbolized by a capital Q. The king is going to be capitalized K. The knight, and yeah, I know knight starts with a K, but since the king is obviously more important than the knight, we use capital N. So capital N for knight. The rook is a capital R. The bishop is a capital B. The pawn, you don't have to worry about. Let me show you real quick how to make a pawn move. You don't have to write down P to whatever square. You just have to write down the destination square of that pawn. So see, this pawn is on square D3. So he moves up one square. All you have to write down is D4, and it's lowercase d4. And there is also something, whenever a pawn promotes to a queen, you would put D8 equal sign capital Q. Now, what if pieces go to, or are able to go to the same square? How do you choose which one goes where? Well, you have to notate, all right, the knights and the rooks are the only pieces that can do this. So both of these knights can both go to this square, but I only want to move this one. So what I'm going to do, you look at the file that it's on the F file, and you're going to write capital N F G4. And that eliminates the confusion of which knight. Otherwise it would be knight H, capital N, lowercase h, lowercase g4. Okay, so now the rooks. I want to move this rook to this square, but this one can also go there. So it's rook C to D3. Likewise, it would be rook F capital R, lowercase f, lowercase d, 3. Rook f, d, 3. When you capture pieces, it's going to be capital, if a knight takes a pawn, it's going to be capital N, X for takes, and then the destination square, which is d5. So that's knight, X, d5. And that's the same capture notation for any of the pieces. It's rook X, such and such grid square, bishop X, such and such grid square, and on we go. There's one more thing, I believe I've covered everything. There's one more thing in en passant capture. So say you're in a position, if you guys aren't familiar with en passant, hit me up in the comments and I'll explain it, if you don't get it from this explanation. So, black's move in this position, and he's going to write down, right now he's on the F7 square, but he's moving to F5. All you have to write down is F5. And which is called an en passant capture, which is French for in passing. It was invented by Francois Philidor, and I believe in the 1490s, somewhere around there, late 14 to early 1500s. Francois Philidor was he's the one that brought pawns into their importance in the game of chess. The en passant capture was invented by him. You have one opportunity, once your opponent moves that piece parallel to your pawn, you have this move and this move only. You can't wait a turn and do it the next move. You can only do it right now if you choose to do it. You would do E takes, EX, F6, lowercase e, lowercase p, en passant. So it would be E, X, F6, EP. I believe that's covered everything. Mate, when you checkmate a king, it's going to be denoted by, well, they do it different ways. This is what's called algebraic notation, what I've been teaching you. But nowadays, mate is done by, I believe, a hashtag I've seen online. When I write down my moves, a plus sign, say it's, let's say the knight moves, let's say in F2, knight to F2, check. How you write down the check? Well, it's knight to F2 with the plus sign. Now, let's say there was a rook here and a queen here, and it's black's move. I don't know how white got in this position, but he's in trouble. You're going to have knight to F2, checkmate, which is plus plus. 1 plus for check, 2 pluses for checkmate. And that's a tricky one too. Well, this isn't tricky, but it's, it's a discovered check, a discovered double check, mate. The king cannot escape because the rook guards this file. The knight reveals the attack from the queen on the king. Checkmate. 2 pluses. I believe I've covered all the movement notations for algebraic. If I left anything out or during the editing of this video, If I remember something, I'll have to shoot the thing over again. But yeah, this is the best way I highly suggest, even casual players, I highly suggest writing down your moves. And when I mean that, I mean writing down your moves and your opponent's moves every turn. That way, when the game's over, the two of you can sit down and talk about it. You can talk about what you were thinking in certain positions, or if they're not into that, you can, or you're not into that, then you can take it home that night and run through the game. But in order to do that, from a starting position, you have to know chess notation, how to write down your moves, and I hope this was a helpful instructional video for that. So, you guys have a wonderful day. Remember to like, share, subscribe. I'm D, and I'm out.